Are you looking for mobile internet? I may have a solution for you. So stay tuned and I'll tell you all about it. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3, Lassley!
Hey y'all, we are Liv and Lassley. Austin, Tara, Rudy, Arlo, and our 2 fur babies, Piper and Gertie. Last year in 2020, we sold everything to hit the road full time in our 5th wheel. We are living light and loving life.
Mobile internet. #1 question we get asked on the road. In the 8 months that we've been doing this, it's about time that I explain what we have. What setup do I use? How do I always have Wi-Fi? All this stuff. Well, I'm going to try to explain that to you a little bit here. I'll go into kind of what we use. I'll walk you through the interface a little bit on the computer, just to kind of see what it looks like, show speeds, things like that. When we hit the road, I work on the road full time, so I knew that I needed something. I had to have something that was reliable. I can't rely on campground Wi-Fi. I heard all the horror stories on that. Mobile hotspot data plans were 15 gig max, 30 gig max. I couldn't do that. I had to have something that I knew was going to always work. It was going to give me enough data to always do my Zoom calls, as well as for the kids to stream their Netflix. And at first, as I went and got a new phone on our line and just paid for the phone, and that way I was able to get 15 gigs off of that. We had 15 off of my phone and 15 off Tara's. That got us through for a little bit until the equipment came in. I didn't want to go the route of the hotspots and all these other things that people have kind of told me, which may work great for them, but I couldn't be, 30 gigs just wasn't enough. We use about, 300 to 350, 400 a month. This plan that we're on allows us 500 gigs, which is quite a bit. I mean, the only reason we're doing that much is because maybe the kids are just watching TV just here and there, just in the background, streaming stuff. We just got to watch, towards the end of the month when it resets, just like anything else. So it's not an unlimited plan, but it is 500 gigs, which on the road is pretty much unlimited, unless you're doing something real crazy on it. Fortunately, I didn't catch the installation when I actually drilled through the roof, but in the long run, every rig's different, so it's not that big of a deal that I missed that. I can kind of explain kind of what I did just by showing you. So let's get started here. So what we actually have is a Speed Demon Cat 18 internet bundle with a 7-in-1 mobile mark antenna. So what that does is it provides us with LTE on a Cat 18 cellular with a dual SIM card option. So here is the actual PepWave modem. So what this is up here, it actually has four cellular boosters, basically a GPS antenna and 2 Wi-Fi antennas. Here's where your Wi-Fi your SIM cards go. That's just a dust control case right there, and it actually has the option for 2 SIM cards that will work as a failsafe, basically. So right now we have AT&T. I don't have a second carrier because AT&T has worked for the places that we have been. I've never had any real major issues on connectivity. I'll kind of go through that a little bit, ups and downs as well. But you do have the option to you could have 2 AT&T plans. And if one doesn't work, the other one will, or you can have T-Mobile or Sprint or Verizon, and that way wherever you're at, it's going to take the strongest signal and it's actually going to automatically switch to that plan so you have the best coverage possible. So with this, our plan is through AT&T. It's actually through Mobile Must Have. So they do a third-party thing to where when you go on and you order the equipment, so it's a one-time fee for the equipment. This equipment right now is selling for about $1,120, and it comes with the modem, it comes with the antenna, and also what's really cool about this is if you didn't want to mess with drilling through your roof, It does come with all these little just antennas to make this thing as mobile as you want it to be. So you could just screw those in and then put it somewhere that you're getting the best connection. I didn't want to do that because I just wanted it to come on and work, and I didn't have to mess with it all the time. So putting up the antenna on the roof obviously is just a better option than using these that it came with. It also has an option right here for a power supply, so you could actually take this thing just like this with the antennas and a power supply, and you could walk away with it and work wherever you wanted, and it would pick up the signal, which is a really cool option. I've never done that. Ours is stationary. I have no need to take this thing mobile. I have no need to move it around, things like that. It also does come with the DC power supply that you can plug straight into just a normal outlet in your rig or your boat or whatever you're using it for. But it also comes with the option to plug it into an AC power supply off your battery and keep it running even when you're going down the street or boondocking. Whatever you're doing with it, you can actually wire it directly in and continuously have power nonstop. If you do this option with the antennas, it comes with a GPS antenna as well, which is pretty cool. When I show you the interface, it actually shows us our coordinates of where the rig is, and I guess that would be cool if you had it worked on and they came and got it, you could follow it and things like that and kind of see where it's at. Also, whenever you buy this unit, you have an option for setup assistance, which runs $99 one-time fee. They come in and they'll do a Zoom thing with you and walk you through how to set it up, how it works, how to track everything, and I'll kind of give you just a brief overview of that, of what I know and the things I use it for. It also does have a LAN and a WAN pure connection here, which we did run a WAN line inside just to have a hardwire if I want to get my max out of this. If I'm working on a Zoom call or something, I'm not getting real great service, but that will help me boost it a little bit. What's also cool about this is it gives you the option in your interface that you can actually take the campground Wi-Fi and boost it through your antenna through this, using your own SSIDs and unique logins, and so nobody can get on it, but you are boosting it, which is a really cool feature. Guys, so now we are inside the rig, and I want to show you guys a little bit of the installation from this point, and also where I put it, why I put it there, how I connected my DC power that it came with, and kind of go from there. So our rig is a mid-bunk, which made it perfect because we actually have these cabinets up here that are right above and easy access to my roof. Now these setups come with, I think, 4 or 6 foot cables. You don't want to necessarily add connectors if you don't have to, because it messes with the interference and it messes with the quality of the signal you're getting. So you want to try to place it somewhere where the cable from the antenna is going to reach wherever you put this unit. Here is the actual unit itself, and here is my DC power cord. Because it's a mid-bunk, on the other side there's an actual outlet that goes through this wall, and so it was pretty easy for me to just poke a little hole through here and run the power, and now I'm getting power. I didn't have any other option, so that was really I was really hoping it was long enough and it reached, and luckily it did. So if you look here, I also have a WAN, just Ethernet cable that I ran down into the cabinets into the mid-bunk, so I'm able to hardwire my laptop. So here you have your cables coming in from the antenna. Up here you have 4 cellulars, like I mentioned earlier. You have 2 Wi-Fi's and a GPS. So here's the cables coming up, and I was able to go straight up, and so I had tons of leftover cable, which was great. So I just wrapped it and tacked it up, and there is where I actually went through the roof. So what I did here is I poked a small screwdriver through a hole just to make sure that there was nothing there, and I pushed it all the way up until I felt solid material, and I just kind of pushed it until there was a small little bump on the roof, and then that's when I got on the roof. I realized where it was, and I just popped a hole straight down. That way I knew that I had a clean shot going straight up to the roof without hitting any ductwork or anything like that. With the installation, you're going to want to make sure that you know where you're going through the roof at, because there is ductwork. I don't know what type of rig you have. All of them are different. So like I said earlier, the installation isn't huge that I didn't get a video of it, because everybody's is different. Everybody's is going to be their own unique. You might even run it to AC power where it's running all the time, to where you can actually have Wi-Fi even when the rig isn't connected to shore power. I'm not going to go into much detail on the interface itself, just show you guys a couple of features of it and what you're going to get when you sign up and get a device from Mobile Must Have. Here is the website that you get access to that shows you, your connections, how many bars you have, some usage. It shows you your location on that GPS, your usage report. This is how I track to see kind of what we're on pace for the month. You can break it down, however you'd like. You can see what's pulling the most for that day. You can see what devices are actually connected at that moment to your Wi-Fi, real-time bandwidth and usage reports. On to the last thing would be the Mobile Must Have website and where to get this stuff. I'll put a link in the comments below, but this is the website. This is where you can go and get the mobile internet bundles or whatever kind of mobile things that they have. This video is very educational. He breaks down each individual one and what they're good for, what they're not good for. And if you don't know what you need, just contact them. They're very educational when it comes to this stuff. They'll walk you through it and get you onto the right equipment. So I hope that I helped someone out there. If you liked it, hit the like and subscribe button.